Guys, I saw an article where it was stated Amir Khan may retire if he doesn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight. I made a video about Kell Brook saying that I think Kell Brook's looking for big paydays, and I don't think Amir Khan's in the same position as Kell Brook, because I think Amir Khan can make a lot more money fighting lesser opposition than Kell Brook can. But Amir Khan did talk about how in the last two fights he made a lot of money, and he has made a lot of money. He's not the fighter he was, although he'll probably find it hard to admit. You may see, actually Johnny Nelson said this in a Sky Sports, I think in his podcast, or he said it in his he said it in an interview. I don't know where he said it, but I know he definitely said it. Johnny Nelson said, "Don't be surprised if Amir Khan beats Billy Gibbs and calls it a day. He may just retire and walk off into the sunset." And if he doesn't get the Pacquiao fight, will he? Because there's no one for Amir Khan to fight. The only fight really out there for Amir Khan is Kell Brook. It doesn't look like that fight's going to happen, but that's the only really sensible fight. If you look at his options, that's the only fight that Amir Khan really has. You know, if the Pacquiao fight doesn't come off, which it doesn't look like it will. But does Amir Khan want that fight? Does Amir Khan want to suffer a loss against Kell Brook? Does Amir Khan want to take that fight? Doesn't seem like he does. He's saying now that, you know, nobody really cares about the Kell Brook fight. It's not, no one has interest. They've lost interest. Yeah, that's probably right, but it's probably the only fight people really want to see him in. They wouldn't mind seeing him in a Pacquiao fight. The problem is with the Pacquiao probably doesn't look at Khan anymore. Maybe he doesn't want to fight Khan, you know, unless it's a stupid amount of money, then he may consider it. But otherwise, you can't really see Manny Pacquiao wanting to face Amir Khan. Why? You know, the only way Manny Pacquiao is going to face Amir Khan if, like I said, the Saudis put up a ridiculous amount of money, which he has no, you know, it would be stupid for Manny Pacquiao to turn it down. The fact that Manny Pacquiao is at the end of his career as well, you know, if it's a huge amount of money, he's not going to turn it down, is he? But it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one for Amir Khan, because he's in a bit of crossroads right now. Who does he fight? Because he's just fought Billy Gibbs, he got a lot of stick for it. Who does he fight? I don't think he really cares about the stick he gets, if I'm honest, but still, you know, you want to fight someone credible, and who's he going to get that's credible? You know, that there's a chance that he doesn't lose to, because if he fights someone credible, he could lose. And that's it, and then those big fights that he's dreaming of are gone. So he's got to be careful where it's a fight that he can win, so he doesn't lose the big paydays that he feels that he can still get. So I don't know. I think it's a situation with Amir Khan where I don't know what he's planning to do right now. I don't think there's any kind of plan behind it. They've got this Saudi Arabia people backing him, but really have they got the power to get the opponents? Have they got the power, you know, in order to get those fighters to come over to Saudi Arabia? Because no one's going to come over to Saudi Arabia unless there's ridiculous amount of money. You know, if you're going to get some legitimate, now you was talking about a Danny Garcia rematch and all of that, those guys are going to want to get paid huge money to go over to Saudi Arabia to fight him. Huge money, like not little money. And are the Saudis going to think a fight with Khan and Garcia is worth that kind of money? I don't know. So it's a tricky one for Amir Khan, because I think Amir Khan's in a position as well where he needs big fights now in order to get him up. But the problem is he needs to select those opponents carefully, because we know Spence, Porter, these might be too much for him, right? Pacquiao's a lot older, but even Pacquiao's last performance against Thurman showed that he's got a lot. And like I said, all the big fights that he takes, he probably loses. But that would be for him to prove people wrong. But I think it's going to be difficult for him to fight another guy like Billy Gibbs. Unless it's ridiculous money, then he may just think, let me just carry on until I get a big fight. I might just keep making money like this. It depends on what he's getting paid. Is it worth it? Is he motivated? But there is a big fight here in the UK. He can easily come back and take a fight with Kell Brook, who's looking for that fight. So he has got an option. Amir Khan has got options unlike Kell Brook. But it's just a case whether what he wants to do. Does he think that enough's enough, or does he think he wants to keep making fighting guys like Billy Gibbs, making easy money for himself? But leave your thoughts, guys, in the comment section below, and guys, remember to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.